Alright, so sorry for the delay on this. I am getting progressively more sick as time goes on, but I did actually complete the first 3 stages, so we're going to let this go through with the back 3 stages. Now, we do have Kafka here. Kafka is actually a really good proxy. Shout out, you know who you are. Obviously, I forgot the name, but I appreciate you for leaving a comment recommending, because I had totally forgot. I had already built him, but I switched him over to the armored set, but he is a good approximation of Isao. So he is a character you can build and use. It's funny because I built him like forever ago, like quite literally. I showcased him like 2 months ago. But he's a free max limit break. Also the same thing with the weapon. By the way, unlike the other Kaiju No. 8, the uniparts actually matter on this one. So when he transforms, he turns into a blunt attacking AoE. So that is very, very strong. So he's not going to output the same amount of damage as Isao would, obviously, for various reasons. But I think with that armored set as well, which gives him crit rate, which he also really wants, it's actually low-key really good for him. So also because I believe it has an effect where when you use your ultimate, you get extra damage. But he starts off with a free ultimate and then gets another turn and gets going. I shouldn't say free. That makes it sound like he starts with it fully gauged. It's not. It's just he does that and gets a free turn right after. So for this wave, we are still mostly going to get carried by Rin. The one thing that's kind of tricky here is, do we have the survivability? I think Sagan should be fine with that. And Sagan's also interesting here because she does double as a AoE blunt attacker as well, so she can get her ultimate off and do that as well. So that can obviously be very useful, aside from the fact that she does have the support, but at the bare minimum she can be a plate breaker, which is the main thing you're looking for. So here we go, the big hit. So nothing fancy, nothing like crazy, you know, absurd damage or anything, but just mostly about breaking those blunt plates. And as you see, that lined up the rest of this for everyone else to get going. We are using Chester so we can get a little bit more damage on him as well, Kafka, as we go throughout the match. Because he doesn't have he has a lot of buffs, just like the other Kaiju No. 8. He gets a lot of buffs post-transformation. Well, the other one doesn't transform, but you get my point. So, also, she's going to get all those buffs and be really good and well off for it. But the big thing is, for these AoEs, you want to have as much crit as possible. Like, for example, on that, she missed crits on 3 characters. She hit all of them, blew all of them up, but didn't crit on 3 characters. So you really want to get as much crit as possible out there. So Kafka's ready. His ult is just a single target. You don't really care much about this. He's very much like the old Hoshina in that regard, where you just want to use the combat skill and that's it. I mean, I guess it's cool that it one-shots a character. Here's a look at Sagan going ahead and doing her thing. Again, the support is nice, especially in conjunction with Chester. She does crit damage. He does crit rate. They do damage, attack. Like, they're a great pairing, as you would imagine. And look how they make Rin Shinonome, excuse me, go crazy there offensively. She's got her ultimate ready. She's going to spam it here. And again, she's probably 1B. Like, it's a 1A, 1B thing. Maybe Isao's better because he is blunt. So there's that. But it's basically just these 2 characters that really solo this mode in general. Now, for the second wave, you saw my team was different. The second wave, you want to use more blunt attackers because I believe there's less enemies on that second wave. This one's always got the full 5, so you need as many AoEs as possible. Now, what kind of happens here also is I was saying that Kikaru is a nice approximation as well. She's just not critting on those hits, which is annoying. Also, don't they have the status, the extra bonus for this mode where landing blunt attacks increases crit rate? Or is it just attack? It might just be attack. Anyway, the new weapon's number 2, Kikaru. She is okay. The problem with her is that, for one, you need to build her full offense, I think. You need to put armored on her. You need to have 32% attack increase. You probably want to use Chester, all that stuff. But secondly, the problem is that you, from what I've seen anyway, I haven't done it, from what I've seen, is that you do struggle to get the kills off in time because she's not hitting enough targets. So at that point, maybe you do still have to use a character like Sagan to help you with breaking those blunts off, right? So we'll see what happens for when we get deeper into this. As you see, look at him. He's doing like over 20,000 on those AoEs. That's actually extremely strong. that is actually extremely strong. What is Sagan doing here? She's not an attack scaler, so she shouldn't have that much damage. 16k on the crit. Okay, that's roughly around her normal. Yeah, him getting ults off is cool. Also, this mode still consistently gives you these ults repeatedly over and over and over. So that's cool and all, but you don't necessarily need those. 116, this is insane. This mode is insane, dude. I've never in my life seen him come that close. To be fair, though, I haven't showcased him since maxing him out with this new set. Like, it was at, the last time I showcased him was 2 months ago, like I said, and it was at a time where I was okay leaving the purple gear on the characters instead of going full 15 because it was a little bit harder to do. I was probably around like level 30 as well. Like, it's been a while. So I should probably go back and revisit him, but we'll see what happens with that ultimately. All right, so here's wave number 2. All right, so I am using this Hoshina here. Like I said, I don't, and Kikuru as well. What is there, 4 enemies? I believe I saw 4. I don't, like I said, I don't really love that Hoshina. Just because I don't love how when he does his ultimate, excuse me, he does switch to being single target. It's just like Kaiju number 8 for the record, but Kaiju number 8 fills a need with the blunt type. So that's where the difference is. Also, Ashuro craps all over this stage because she does the free extra hits there out of turn, and then she takes her own turn and she goes and just blows this stage up. So Ashuro is extremely strong in this content. Narumi also is extremely strong because the AoE blunt attacking, or blast attacking blunt, or blast attack, excuse me, not blunt attacking. But as you see, Kikuru also does have her own normal ult spam and stuff like that. He's going to go here. He will ultimately start stacking up his damage a ton too. So towards the end, I saw him hitting roughly like 50,000 on the primary target with crits, which is pretty good for him. As you see, she just kind of comes in. I don't really have to do much on this stage. Obviously, this team is more than powerful enough. There's Ashuro taking her actual turn. So yeah, Bako being in there is really powerful. Had no SP there, unfortunately. He's going to also do this. So at least he'll kill 2 characters. I don't know if he has his weapon either. Last I was testing, I think I gave him the other one's weapon. I don't know if he has a weapon, to be honest. I actually don't know. All right, so Ashuro also, again, blast attack on the ultimate. Having all these blast attacks is extremely powerful. So she's easily like an S tier character here too, in my opinion. Just like Narumi. I think the Narumi we're using as well is. It's just she's better than him because Bako. At least in this specific content anyway. He's still a better plate breaker and stuff like that, but, you know. And Kikuru is still just steady, just trucking along, doing her thing. We have another AoE there. Hoshina just doesn't do a ton of damage, but he's back to the ultimate, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm not sure he has a weapon, though. I gotta confirm. 15k? I don't think he has one. I really don't. But he keeps taking turns, bro. Stop. He's so fast. Stop. Just stop taking turns. Look, he has a turn in like 4 actions here. So we are struggling to push through this with as much damage as I would like. I may have to make a switch here. She should kill that Kaiju. Nice. There is full 5 enemies here, by the way. I could have swore there were less enemies here. Maybe it starts smaller and then more add in. Interesting. Since there's 5, I'm going to be honest with you. Since there's 5, we may have to put... We may need to put Rin on this second wave. I think we need to put Rin on this second wave. I don't think it matters right now, but it probably looks like it's probably going to matter. I don't think it matters right now, though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Rin for Ashuro, and that should be enough. Yeah, there's no way he has a weapon. There's no way. He's doing 12,000. Like, on his ultimate, there's no way. There's just no way. Something's off with him. We could also use more supports, but if I were to use supports, it would just be Chester and Rio. I wouldn't use, like, 4-star Hoshina or 4-star Mina. I would just use those characters because they have the passive support already going. And they're also really powerful with their ultimates. I think they're the best 2 supports here, Chester and Rio, for like the same exact reasons. They would be the only ones I would use in terms of like dedicated supports. However, you may, if you don't clear fast enough, you may run into a problem with survivability. At which point, I would plug Isao in if you have Isao. He should be fine. He would also give you some extra damage. He can also technically break a plate if you need him to. But above all else, I mean, when you get to the end of this and you're still struggling, you may just need to put the thing on or off auto and actually play it. I've been saying that much more in my videos. It's such a no-brainer, but you'd be surprised, man. Please save me from the weak hits. He did 51 on that crit, though. I'm not mad at it. 4 turns remaining, but they're going to get it with 3 enemies right here. Not so bad, and there it is. So they got the 80. I mean, the thing is, you only need to get 60, so it's not that big of a deal. We're, like, overkilling here. We're just setting records. It doesn't, as far as I know, there was no benefit last time anyway, and probably isn't now for doing the 80. There was just no benefit to it. It didn't really matter much. Anyway, we're going to run this really quick, but first, we have something else. Get started playing Raid Shadow Legends today with my link down below in the description. When you do, you guys help me out tremendously, but that's not all. You'll also get the legendary Elenaril at signup, the epic Uugo at level 10, and 2 other epics. And then when you use the new player code Desert Queen, you can also unlock the legendary 2 Hanorok. So in total, that's over $200 worth of free goodies to help you on your journey today. So click my link in the description and get started. And I thank you for your support. Again, that does help tremendously. So if you check it out, again, get started by using my code. It will not work if you have, you will not get this stuff if you've already started an account before in the past. You will need to start a brand new account from scratch on a device that's never used the game or played the game, I mean. Or you can do it on PC through the Plarium Play app. Just sign out of your current account if you currently play the game, and then sign up as well using my link afterwards. So very easy. Again, helps me out. So if you're a fan of the content, I'd greatly appreciate it. Goes a long way. Thank you. All right, so we have an elemental plate on the second wave. Well, I'll make another swap here then. We have a slash plate up top and an elemental on the bottom. So how about that? We don't necessarily need... I could actually change my team quite a bit. Okay, hold on. We don't need blunt on this at all. It's all elemental, right? Oh, no, we do. We do. Never mind. They were hidden in there. So what about this one then? There is 3 enemies that have blunt. They must have a lot of HP. I mean, relative anyway. They probably don't have a ton, but relative to the stage. I'll put you in. I'll put Rio in like I've been saying. We'll go Sagan. We'll go Kikaru, actually. We'll go Kikaru with... I don't like using Reno because he's mostly single target. He does have a blast ultimate, but it's just mostly single target. So he's kind of slow. Okay. I am like unable to breathe out my mouth. Or excuse me, out of my nose. Purely out of my mouth. It's kind of hard to talk, to be honest. Having kids, man. Having kids. You can't escape the kid germs. You'll just get sick. You won't do a damn thing. They'll still get you sick. Oh yeah, excuse me. I was like, why is she here? But that's right. I forgot we switched it. So initially it's going to be a little bit slow because there is that blunt enemy there. Oh, this is the stage that Isao was fighting in that promo video. Why are we at like 40 frames? What is happening here? Give me back my frames. What the hell? Nothing changed. Okay, Kafka, there you go. We needed you to get going. You're a little bit slow with that, but at least it only takes him 2 turns. It's not the worst. He had no SP, though. Great. Guess it didn't matter, though. Yep, didn't matter. She's going to blow this up. I'm really annoyed about my frames. Like, give me back my frame. Why is it doing that? Hey, low-key, they actually are hitting me pretty hard. Low-key, they are certainly hitting us pretty hard here. We'll see how much it matters. If we keep core exposing and all that stuff, we just keep the loop going, it shouldn't matter much. But they are hitting pretty hard. This does damage, gives crit rate and stuff. The problem is it can't break plates. I mean, I'm not mad at that though. That would be OP if it could, but like that is a problem. For this specifically, it slows us down a little bit. We're also very reliant on Narumi's plate breaks with the slash. So like he also needs to be getting his combat skills. There's a lot of combat skill heavy characters on this team. I'm looking at it now and realizing. Benibario. Oh man, I can't. Oh my goodness. This is where it's probably better to just play it yourself. This one's already kind of slow. We're for like 5 in, right? And we've only beat a handful of enemies. Sheesh. Rin Shinonome makes a humongous difference. Humongous difference. Ashiro's good, but she's not fast enough. Or like, she's not popping off enough. Maybe it's because Kafka though. I'm gonna turn this off and play it myself. Because I don't know if we're on pace anymore to win this. The problem is we have no SP. So like here, he's not gonna do anything when I need him to get going. We don't have any SP though. Oh my god, it's so much faster playing on auto. it's like 3 times faster, dude. I probably will put it back on auto. I'm not gonna lie to you. Having to think about this is not great. What it is, we just need more slash. We need more slash. So let me do something really quick. I'm actually gonna pull Ashiro off this team. I know, I was just talking her up. I'm gonna pull Ashiro. And I need another slasher. That's what I need. I need another slasher. Hoshina is actually low-key alright here because he'll never get resonance, which is not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing. Because we need the combat skill. So let me see if this works better. We have a shot deficiency. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Chester can do it, but we'll see. I'll do their first turn just to set this up. Wait, what the hell? Oh, god dang it. Whoops. Well, we'll see if he can get the job done. Whatever. I was like, wait, what the? If I knew it was him, I would have used the basic attack. It's fine, man. We'll see if he gets the job done. That is too funny. It's absolutely the wrong character. He gets the 9/9s here. That's too funny. He just deletes. That's a waste of the combat skill though, or the waste of an SP. Excuse me, because I would rather get the adjacent hits. But it's not bad though. Don't get me wrong. It's not bad. Yeah, him not getting resonance is not bad at all. Chester ult. Yeah, we kind of want more shot. You know, I think you could maybe forego blunt and just do pure damage. I think this team with like Ashiro in the Kaiju spot may be fine, or because he can potentially blow up the blunt weak character. I think that it will be fine personally, because there was only 3 blunt characters. Yeah, I think that's fine, if I'm being honest. I think Hoshina can handle that. Sheesh, they're taking so much damage. Yeah, okay, Hoshin is really good here. he's still fine. He still does enough damage. So Narmi's getting pressured badly. I don't know that this team makes it to 40. Get your plate break. Or kill, that's fine. Crit, nice. Nice. He got a plate break. And a kill. Ooh, it would have been nice if he got a kill there. Okay, we do here. And the ult is back. Oh, just shy. Just shy. Like 30 points. Alright, I'm gonna just stop this before it gets any further. I've galaxy brained this. I figured it out though. I have figured it out. I figured it out. I'm gonna put Rin back on. That's a cool little glitch. I'm gonna put Rin back on. I'm gonna put Rin back on because it feels like those enemies have more HP. There's something going on with those enemies. Let me confirm that they have more HP. It looks like they're just really tanky, or something is going on with these characters. No way to see from here. Okay, yeah, I'm still gonna put Rin back on. There's only a few elemental characters in there. I think Sagan and Kikaru can handle that second wave. And the other one is what? Shot slash? Eesh. I'll put Narmi back over there and Rin back over here. Okay, this should be it. Third time's the charm. I galaxy brain this, like I said. I think they've got this. I'm gonna leave it on auto too. But you can seriously see where like having that extremely strong AoE character matters, right? Like Rin, she's gonna blow this up. You can see that. Bro sliding in with his weak ass little handgun. You know, it would be nice to have a bovine character here for the SP. Bovine is such a good set for SP. She was forced to use the normal attack. That's so funny. I still think this would be cleaner if I played it myself, though. To be honest, I still think this would be much cleaner if I played it myself. Like, they're obviously doing fine, but there's little things like plate breaks I can trigger better than the AI can. So many buffs. Look at the crit. Dude, she's so necessary for this. Like, okay, so like, I haven't decided whether or not you need Isao for this, but you absolutely need Rin. Like, you absolutely need Rin. You're just not beating this without her built up. You're just not. Maybe if you do a team that has the full 5 AoEs, because there's like 7 AoE characters in the game on various skills anyway. Something stupid like that. Maybe like there's like 6 or 7, something like that. Maybe if you do a team full of those characters, you could do it, but just otherwise, you're just not going to. Yeah, Hoshina actually really holds his own here. He's really good. He's just good in general, obviously, but he's super good here. And Kafka's holding his own too. He's doing his job. I mean, it's annoying that he's got Isao's got 3 AoEs, follow-up, combat, and just like Shinomiya, same thing. Follow-up, combat, and ultimate. He doesn't, and that kind of hurts. But he's doing the job. Still here, it's just really hard to talk and breathe at the same time. They don't have a lot of time left, to be fair. Like, they're still kind of close. This one's still closer than I would like. He will just literally never get his skill here, the resonance. He will just literally never get it. But like I said, it's not the worst thing, because it just keeps him as a blast attacker. Because he switches to being single target completely. Which is kind of funny. Chester's ult's now back, because the follow-ups. 3 rounds left. They're going to get kind of close. They're not going to hit the goal, but they're going to get like 30. Which, if the second wave can do it, they should be fine. For the full 60. Unless if you don't hit the 40, you don't move to the next wave. I've never had that happen, so I don't know. She's back to unult again. This time she's got full buffs. I don't think she did last time. Eesh, but she didn't crit on somebody. 2 characters. Hopefully he chose a good target. Oh, he did. It's the blunt attack one, so that's good. I noticed that Kafka's very rarely using this. He hasn't used it much. And see, it was important, so that's why I noticed it. It was important that he used it. Yeah, AoE on the follow-up is crazy. That's actually crazy. I mean, we're going to get really close. We're not going to get it, like I said, the 40, but we're getting really close, man. We're getting so close. How is she ulting that fast after one turn? That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. Let me play this. See if I can win this myself from here. Oh, Kafka's gonna kick their butts. There's not really much Chester can do here. I don't know that there's a way to get this. Like, we're like super close. If I had one more attack, maybe. I could trigger a follow-up from Shinomiya here on the kill too. I could trigger a follow-up. And that's 39, which is just shy of the goal. Oh, she didn't get a fuck. Wow. Okay, she's gonna get one kill though. I don't know if you fall below 40 and you don't get to advance. That is so funny. We got 40 at the literal last possible turn. Unless you can play under 0, where like I hit 0 and then you could finish out the rest of that turn. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe. Next round should be hectic. Dude, they sealed Kikuru with the frozen? That's crazy. Again, the goal is 80, but they only need to get 60 to clear this. One thing about this is that this is actually a very long, like, piece of content. These fights are long. That speed should be very useful here. He's gonna get 2 breaks. Nice. By the way, have you noticed we've gone 32 minutes without him stop? This is what I was talking about the other day, man. It hasn't broke a single time. That's crazy. Crazy. Oh, there's an elemental plate guy. He has 2 element plates. Ah, that's... I thought it would only be 1. That's not great. We may just have to beat him without relying on a plate break. I mean, I could do it. I just have to have Sagan actually use her normal attack, which the AI probably won't target correctly. So that's kind of what I mean by playing it manually. If you play this manually, you'll be liable to play this one stage for 20 minutes. Maybe longer. To play the full amount of rounds needed, unless you have Isao anyway. You are going to be playing for a good bit. I'm going to manually trigger that. Oh no, they killed it. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I was ready to click Sagan's basic attack. Okay, 20Ks across the board. We do have our ult back with Rio. Would have been nice if the AI used it so this follow-up didn't go to waste because there's no overfill. Would have been nice if he used it before he went, so... Okay. Another follow-up? Are you serious? Use the damn ultimate. They're sitting on it. It must not have expired. But I would still reapply it, though. Like, he's about to take another turn. That's just going to put it to waste. It must not have expired. Yeah, this team doesn't have any trouble getting the 60. They may be able to get higher. I'm not sure they will, but they won't have trouble getting to 60. By the way, if you noticed, I set these guys up to get the appropriate follow-ups because I knew Kikuru would break a lot, and I wanted Sagan to get those follow-ups to get the gauge. That's a part of it, too. And that's also why I put Rio with Narumi for the exact same reason, so he get his ultimate easier. Because I didn't expect him to be using his combat skill much, which he's not. Narumi back to it again. He's going to blow this up. That elemental one is going to die. He doesn't have enough life. Yeesh. Is this poor timing? Is there a fire weak enemy? To be fair, it doesn't matter. We just beat them last time. So yeah, I think that if the characters are built up, you don't have to worry about certain plates. Maybe blunt, but you don't have to. You definitely don't have to worry about the elementals. At least not on this stage, because we're just beating the enemies. However, I do think that like Rio's attack increase, damage increase, etc., plus Sagan's crit damage, plus Kikuru's defense down, like all that stuff is adding up really nicely to help us out a lot. I wish I could just trigger an end right here when they get 60, but you can't. You gotta just sit here and wait for it. Unless you're gonna play it manually. She's gonna blow this up. 50k, not bad. It's one of the higher numbers we're gonna see her do. Same can be said about a lot of the characters here. Well, we've hit the 60, like I thought. We're not gonna get to the higher goal like I thought, but we did hit the 60. And ultimate. I mean, it's very clear that Kikuru is extremely good here. You know, I think it's very clear that Kikuru is just good in a lot of content. She's extremely good. Like, when she came out, a lot of people were really low on her, but she's proven to be very useful to have. Very, very useful to have. Because I was just thinking about how I'm doing this video, and people are going to be like, I don't have Kikuru. I mean, I can't please everybody. But people are going to be like, I don't have Kikuru, I don't have Sagan, I don't have the XYZ, right? Same thing goes for Sagan too. Absolutely, just wasn't necessary at the time, but she was limited, right? So you kind of just felt like you had to pull for her, and she was good. She was absolutely good. She just wasn't necessary for anything. And so as a result, they've made content in the game that's really shown a spotlight on her, right? Is the goal 80? I think they'll actually hit it. I didn't think they would. But these are characters that have... They've been S-tier characters. I've always rated Sagan as one of the best in the game anyway. I forgot to do my tier list for Ashuro because of the move, but I'll have to do the updated tier list with her on it. And I'll have to put Isao on there, which means I'll have to do some investigative work unless I get them myself. I don't like ranking characters, especially like those 5 stars. I care less about the 4 stars, but the 5 stars, I don't like ranking them unless I've had the chance to play with them. Yeah, they are gonna get it. Nice. Oh, maybe not actually. That's 7. Ooh, they're not gonna get it. They're gonna just shy because the 0's right there. This is the last turn. Unless they get a follow-up kill. Oh shit! The worst person to get the follow-up. Yeah, they got just shy with 1 attack. That's funny. Okay, I mean, it still gives you triple stars, so that's fine. As long as you get the 60, that's fine. There's no like turn limit requirement or anything like that. And like I said, there's nothing in here that says you need to have the full 80 neutralizations or anything like that. There's nothing in there, so you just need to do it. So let's change this around. Blunt. Blunts everywhere. Okay, so we're gonna have to change this entire layout. I could leave Kafka there though. Kafka and Kikaru together could be fine. I was thinking about Sagan. I'll leave Sagan on the second wave. Yeah, I'm going to leave Sagan here. Kafka and Kikaru. And I'll actually make them be battle buddies just so they can buff each other. And even then, in that situation, Kafka's ultimates would be useful. Is there a shot or slash here? Slash and shot, shot. So, screams Chester Narmi. Chester Narmi. I'll put you two together. Man, I really wish this new Narmi was a blunt or a blast attacker, dude. Like, if he was a blast attacker, that would be so huge. Let me actually see a couple of things. You're a shot ultimate AoE. It may be time to dust him off. Ironically, it may be time to dust him off. Let me see what's going on with Hoshina as well. He did have a weapon. Bro is just ass. Bro is just terrible. I will use new Ashiro here. We'll do that. We'll do that. We'll see if it works. We'll put Hoshina here too. All right, let's go. For this first turn, nah, I was gonna say I'll do it myself, but it's I will just to be sure. Oh, they're faster than us, huh? They did good damage. They are faster than us. I didn't expect that. Look at all the blunts out here. Like, Kafka's just really slow right here. You really need him to go. It's a good thing Kikaru can go and do the job for him and throw 2 hits consecutively, and she'll get all the breaks right here. But you really need Kafka to go, man. Kikaru's gonna just absolutely set this up, and that'll get Kafka going. Look at all the 5 attacks in a row, dude. That's crazy. 5 attacks in a row, bro. I'll use Kafka's normal attack next time. You would have lost if you took all 5 hits. Like, you legit would just lose right there, wouldn't you? Taking 5 hits there is crazy. Legit, taking 5 hits consecutively, you're just gonna die right there. Maybe not, but you may lose a character, you may lose 2. It just depends what happens. That's a lot of hits to take. Really, I should have went with Kikaru first, actually. It's fine. I should have went with Kikaru first. So Kafka could get the break, and she could get the follow-up, because she's more important getting the ultimates on. Yeah, I don't need this. It should have been the other way around. He's gonna get the ult here. I mean, that's usable, or he's close, I guess. He's not gonna get it. All right, Narumi can get his though, which will push Chester up. Actually, I'll use the basic here with Narumi, and she'll get another one here, and I'll enable auto. All right, hopefully they take out the next ones that are going. Well, they deleted 3 Kaiju, so I can't be mad at that. Yeah, that opening wave is crazy. You can lose very easily to that opening. That opening is crazy, dude. Because they go before you and then they mess around after you and go 5 times in a row. That's crazy. All right. crap, did I put Shinomiya on my second team? I don't think I did I? Crap, if I didn't put her on, then this is a wash. I should have put her on. In fact, she could be on this front team, to be honest. She could take Chester's spot on this team. It's nice to have Chester, but she could take his spot on this team. And then at that, because the event gives you attack anyway. And then, okay, yeah, we're going to cancel this. I don't think I even put her on, to be honest. I'm just thinking about it now. I don't think I put her in. And then you could put Chester on the second squad. I think that would work fine. See, I didn't. I was just now thinking about it. Actually, so that would have been a wash anyway, because I would have had to cancel that. So glad I got it sooner than later. Am I putting Chester on the second team? Nah, I'll leave it as it is. We'll see if we can clear it like this. I'm still going to manage this first wave because it's just stupid. Oh, they didn't all go. I thought they all went last time. I guess a few of them went. I'm going to save the far right Kaiju with a plate. I'm going to save him from getting broken. Wait. It doesn't really make a difference. I didn't want her to break all three at once, so I could save that one for a follow-up too. Right now, you want Coffee to get the follow-ups, but afterwards, I don't care that much. All right, let's get the transformation. So he's going to easily get at least that one I left. Looks like he's getting a couple. Oh, come on. Oh, come on, man. Worrying about plate breaks may be a trap. I'm thinking about it. Plate breaking may be a trap. They're going to lose here. It's not a big deal. Yeah, they lost. Plate breaking may be a trap. Let me just try to lean into the offense. Because that one did worse than the last one did. Plate breaking may be a trap. Let's go there. I know I said lean to the offense, but I'm going to put him on just for the survivability. Going to pull you and add in Chester. There it is. I was like, well, who am I looking for? Chester. Okay, let's see if this works. The idea here is to have Rin just pop off because she's going to get the support from Isao and then also all of Chester's supports. We'll see what she does, though. And with the bovine set, it should be easier to consistently use more SP. However, I don't need you to throw that shield every turn. That's going to offset my goal. 140. Also, Isao will take those hits, which is great. Gonna get a break here. Isao getting the follow-ups is kind of whatever, but it's not the worst because that's another blunt attacker going, so I can still get those hits in. Also, Chester helps him with the follow-ups and the normal attacks when he throws them, ironically, so it's funny. It seems like it's already performing better than the last one for the record. You may just need a survivable character. You may just need that because they just do a lot of damage and they hit a lot. Man, the ability to skip these animations would be nice. Isao's going to reapply the shield when he goes. He's pretty far away though. And Shinomiya is going to blow this wave up. See, this is kind of the vision. This is what I was thinking. It's just like having more damage. All that stuff just seems like it'd be smoother. Also, Isao drawing aggro is so funny, man. It's so funny. Dude, yeah, Kikuru's spamming ults is so strong. It just is what it is. And especially in this mode, it's especially strong. So many hits, dude. So many hits. They've still only killed 7 enemies. They've got a lot of life on this stage. They've got a lot of HP. Also, how does she not crit on any of those? Oh, I've got dupes for both of Chester and Kikuru's weapons. I haven't put them in. She's starting to crit a little bit there. Nice. Chester follow-ups are always welcomed. 3 rounds remaining. They're not even close, dude. So we got the survivable part down, but it looks like you just need more damage. Can the second wave get 50 kills? Because that's what this is lining up to need. It's going to need the second wave to get 50 kills, dude. If that's the case, it may be better. Maybe Sagan is better for this wave. There's not a lot of elemental options. Maybe Sagan is the better one for this wave than Isao. That's debatable. Just because the AoE hit, I think she may actually be. But I have her on the second team for the elemental plates. But to be fair, like I said initially, 20 minutes ago at this point, it wasn't a reliable break anyway. So you may need Sagan on this first wave. Well, they're getting it down to 40 enemies. Yeah, that stage was very clearly made with Isao in mind. 38 enemies need to go down. I don't know if they could do it. Also, Ashiro's not doing great damage here anymore. So this has been going for a bit. I just realized there's no audio on it. But I've let this go for a bit after. Oh, Kikaru finally went down. She was sitting at 150 for a long time. Sagan started drawing all the aggro. There was a Kaiju that did like some adjacent hits earlier. And so I think I finally cracked this. This took me like 6 tries of figuring out the right combination. And it was very, very, very times 10 important that Rin and Kikaru were battle buddies. Because it kept on triggering the AoE hits from Rin, which allowed her to pop off, which would not have happened if she was anywhere else. So by extension, that made Kikaru invaluable. Like, she was ridiculously powerful for this stage. So they're pushing over 30. That's a manageable number. The rest of this should be manageable. The only problem here is that Rin is not going to get that last attack and ultimate here. Like, it's right there, but she's not going to get it. Because Kikaru went down. If Kikaru did not go down, we would have got to that. It's unfortunate. It's literally right there. And they're all going to die at the end. That's funny. Yeah, if Kikaru lasted just a smidge longer, they would have got that. Also, if you want to, if you're following like the same style build Kikaru on that I have, you could switch her out for armored, and that should perform better for you, of course. She would do more damage. I think that's the most important thing. But it was extremely important that those two were together. And so I haven't actually figured out this wave yet. All I know is that I let this play a little bit, and Reno, when I looked at it, was dead. So last time, because I got like 20 kills, so I was like, I'm not sure what to do here yet. It's annoying I can't test this stage until the first one is spend 10 minutes playing. But I'm hoping that with Isao here, they can survive enough, and then Ashiro can snowball. That's the idea. We'll see. And then Reno is kind of a tricky one. He's not great. I only put him here for the plates elementally because we had Saga on the other squad. But he's just not a good character here. I mean, he is when he gets to getting his ultimate. But until then, he's just not. So there's a lot of pressure on the two captains to carry this team. in terms of damage output. And again, like I said, I'm not sure they can do it. Reno adds a little bit of extra ice chip damage in there for what that's worth. Yeah, honestly, I think Reno has to go in favor of like Rio or something, because we're just not going to get enough blunt hits. Maybe even Kafka can be on this one, actually. I think actually Kafka can be on this team. But either way, we're not going to get 3 blunt hits to break. Like that, this stage is screaming, if you're going to plate break, this stage is screaming, bring multiple blunt characters. And that's just not going to happen, because they're on the front team. And they designed it this way because, again, that means you need Isao. If you want to have this extra bunch of blunt attackers, you could bring the Kaijus. You could bring 2 of them. It just, wouldn't be great. So, obviously, breaking plates really boosts your damage output. But you almost seem like you're better off not trying to. I guess we'll find out, right? I don't doubt that they can clear or, like, survive long enough in this. But I don't think they can get the 60. Yeah, if that's Reno's damage, they're not going to get the 60. Because when it's finally time for his ultimate, he has to throw a big attack. Also, this wave is really getting pressured already. Yeah, I think Kafka can be in there instead of Reno. Because there's not very many elemental enemies anyway. Yeah, I may also need a swap for Ashuro, like a Rio or something. Isao just kind of is what he is. You need the survivability, and he does okay damage at max limit break. Okay damage. Ashuro's constant attacks are good, but it's just not enough output. We're too slow in terms of output, not speed, but in terms of output. Yeah, I think they can clear this. It'll be kind of close. But they're not going to get the full turn requirement. Also because Reno's ass does a basic every time. Just because of the way the turns line up. Sheesh, they can't even kill this dude. It takes forever. Was there more elemental enemies than I thought there were? I could have swore there was only a few. Oh, I can't see the full board of enemies here. Okay, that's fine. There's like almost no point in Reno even using a combat skill, to be honest. There's like no point. Interesting. Isao was not enough to keep this team survivable. They're not even going to live this one. I thought they would live for sure. They got to 40, but they're not going to get 50. Do they have poisons or something? What the hell happened to them? Well, these guys are cooked. Isao's not going to win this from here. Yeah, I have to figure out the second wave. Because the first wave killing 30 plus is fine. The problem is the first wave also took some good RNG from me. Maybe I'll play with the first wave a little bit more. Maybe I could put Kikuru on this second team and put Kafka on the front team. Maybe that would work. Well, back to the drawing board. So here's the thing. I spent, roughly an hour and a half yesterday on this stage, just trying to run different configurations of characters and stuff to figure out the appropriate way to deal with this. And I'm here to report to you that I don't think this is beatable without new Isao. Now, maybe somebody has beaten it without him. If so, let me know. But I tried a bunch of different combinations of characters, and my best run was, I believe, this team, and I got through like 34 enemies on this. And it took a little bit of good luck because Kikuru spent half that fight at like 100 HP. But Sagan started drawing all the hits, and we were able to snowball with the support of Sagan and Chester. And it was very, 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 very times 10 important that I had Rin as the character linked with Kikuru, so that Rin was constantly doing those follow-ups that were doing adjacent attacks, or AoE attacks. So those extra hits, especially when she was in a buffed state or when the enemy had defense down from Kikuru, that was all very significant, and Rin popped off. However, the problem I ran into, and this is kind of where I gave up, because you have to spend 15 minutes, like seriously, at least 10 minutes playing this first stage, and then you get the squad 2. And frankly, I couldn't test enough on squad 2 because it was really hard to get through stage 1, because stage 1, they do some nonsense in here. It's not even about like the plate breaks, which helps tremendously. It's also just sheerly about the simple fact that they load this wave with so many fast enemies that hit pretty hard. So what you're going to see here is that they're going to go at the start of this turn, and they're all going to consecutively start going. Look at all these attacks. My characters get one sequence in here, but they get like 7 attacks. And in this case, they're hitting Sagan, so okay, right? But there's a good chance that they're hitting other characters. I believe some of them have blast attacks in here, or AoE attacks or something like that in here too, right? Yeah, AoE hits. So they have AoE hits too. So like, it ultimately just becomes a question about survivability. I was able to do fine with like Isao in there. I was able to do fine with Akari in there. But if you lean too heavily into survivability, then you don't have the requisite damage. And so ultimately, this was my best setup, like I said, and they cleared over 30. I kind of gave up because it takes too long to get through this stage. Couldn't test enough on the second wave. But in my limited testing on the second wave, I ran into a problem where you don't really have enough damage to kind of push through this, because the blunt characters are split too much. If you don't have the damage, you need to rely on plate breaks. I think that's a good conclusion. Like I said, I just don't think he, for the 10th time, is all that great in general. He'd be really good in that content, and he'll be really good in that content for a long period of time. There will be some use cases for him on blunt stages. Obviously, those are littered throughout the game. There are various places where you'll find blunt. But you've been able to succeed in those very same places until now without Isao. Well, the caveat being maybe you use Kikuru, right? Or maybe you don't have Kikuru, I mean. And so maybe you haven't been able to. But I would just caution that if you don't have Kikuru, you could pull Isao and have him fulfill that role for you. You could also pull Kikuru down the road. But maybe you have Sagan. Maybe you don't have Sagan. At that point, I would build Transforming Kafka. Not even Kaiju No. Transforming Kafka would get the job done. He's a little bit slow on the uptake, like I said, but he's an AoE character. So he would just break plates for you indefinitely. So he would be my next character to build. Or you could build Isao, the old Isao. he could get the job done too. He's actually got more value because of the survivability factor. I use him all the time. He's a great character. So anyways, guys, hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next video.